Oh yeah, and we are picking up where we left off last video after riding my bike here, I believe, that long Yates road walk, which I decided to take the liberty of riding my bike. So we're just picking up, connecting the footsteps, connecting the bike trail. Feels good to be back out here walking. A little bit cooler because now I'm starting in December. It is actually December 31st. And we are cruising along Yates Road. Damn, it feels good. But, so first hike going into the new year. And of course, it's the coldest, the coldest damn day of the year so far. So, attacking one of my fears right out of the gate on the first day is hiking and camping in cold weather. So as you can see, I'm all loaded up. I got a whole bunch of stuff in my pack. So this is a little bit heavier than normal for me. I think it's still relatively dry out here today. So I think I mentioned it, we're walking along Yates Road, which runs parallel to Highway 520 on my right, traveling northbound. Beautiful, crisp, clear, cool day today. Perfect hiking weather. Ah, the sun feels nice. No need to be worried about cell service out here. They got the radio tower right there, emitting those EMFs for you. You'll get plenty of cell coverage out here. So a little less than a mile, Yates Road turns into a dirt road, from a paved road into a dirt road. And I believe right here is a cache or hiker box of some sort that they typically stock, I think. I don't know, we'll have to just check it out real quick. What do we got? Oh my God. I don't know. So that cache was kicked. I think I'll make a comment on far out too, just to warn other hikers. Okay, here's the gate for the Tachahatchee Wildlife Area. You can call this number, letting them know you're walking through. Let them know you're a through hiker. I think it was Jackie that I talked to. She said, yep, go on through. You know, there's a few campsites in here for us. I think everything's free of charge for through hikers on the Florida Trail. So it looks like you walk through that gate and then you go up here to the left. You don't want to be on the left side of the barbed wire fence. You want to go through the gate, be on the right side. So I did talk to people that run this wildlife area just for a couple of minutes while I had them on the phone. They said it's pretty dry out here. I guess normally it's wet, but yeah, there's not a lot of water. So that's good for walking, but for, you know, refilling your water bottles, I don't know. That's why I was hoping there would be something at that water cache just to fill up the one water bottle that I had that was empty. I think I got close to 2.5, 3 liters almost, so I'm hoping that should suffice for at least today. I haven't really hiked in cooler weather like this down here in Florida, so I'm always like usually used to constantly sweating. But today is weird. It's like I'm sweating, but then I'm also cool at the same time, so it's weird. It's like my pits are sweating, my armpits are sweating, but like the rest of my body is temperate. And then once you're in the sun, it's very nice. And you start to sweat a little bit. And then if you go into shade or the wind picks up, then you start to get cold again. So I'm constantly like, for a while there, I was like shedding clothes, and I put my hoodie back on and I took it back off, and now I'm hiking in short sleeves. So I don't know, the temperature changes are so bipolar right now. I just have to kind of get used to it because I don't want to sweat too much, especially when it's colder at night, right? That's not good. You gotta be very careful of hypothermia. Well, it looks like I can't avoid it altogether. Which way to go? Which way to go? That way looks wet. That way looks maybe right up there in the middle. I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm gonna get about probably ankle deep. I was hoping to avoid water for at least a couple of miles right off the bat. And that was some cold water. Refreshing, but that's what I did not want immediately. At one point, I got up to almost my knee deep water right there. It's very deceiving because it sinks in. Like, it doesn't look deep. All of a sudden you take a step and you end up in a rivet or a divot of some sort, and then you just sink right in. That wet section was nasty. And then you had to deal with those little briar plants, those little prickly things that stick to you. I think it's called Caesar weed. But now I'm just walking along this road. I believe part of the trail is actually kind of parallel over here to the right, but I'm gonna stay where it's dry. So this is the first of many junction points. You can take the alternate trail going up there to the left. Actually looks like it's freshly mowed. Or you can continue along the actual Florida trail. Right there, this looks like it's freshly mowed too. So far on this section, I really haven't been underwater. From what I read in Faro, the last comment said neither way is really that dry. But I'm gonna continue along the Florida trail for the hell of it. Let's see what happens. Because I know further up north, I'm gonna be skipping some sections, taking alternate routes because of water up that way. But if this gets bad, then yeah, I'll go back on the alternate. That alternate route, it cuts the route in half. So I think it's only 4 miles, whereas going this way, I think it's about 8. This came up pretty quick. Tiger Branch Camp, right here. Almost walked right by it. Let's go check it out. Maybe take a quick pit stop here. Kind of readjust things. Dry out my socks. Not sure where the hell do you go? Is it back there or up there? Let's go right. So we made it here, a little bit further than I expected, but they got a nice little platform in front of your tent. They got a nice little fire ring here. Picnic tables, which is exactly what I was hoping for. Not bad. It's a little gray. Just a quick stop there. I think it ended up being a little bit longer than I liked, maybe about 20 minutes, just to kind of take off my shoes, dry out the socks, dry out the feet a little bit. It always sucks when I have to put the wet socks and wet shoes back on. These Ultra Lone Peaks actually seem to do all right in the water. They drain pretty quick and they dry in a decent amount of time. Also the socks, I wear alpaca socks now, either alpaca or merino wool. And those seem to be drying out fairly decently for now. We'll see. We have arrived at the Yellow Loop Junction. So you can take the alternate to, looks like Ranch Road, and the Florida Trail continues, I don't know, down this way. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So I just came from over there. What's this up here? Powerline Road, Swamp Spur Trail. Yeah, that's where we want to go. And by Florida standards, this is actually very, very dry. There's a few muddy patches here and there. Also a lot of little camping spots along this part of the trail. Here we are in the ancient forest. Look at this big old tree. It's got some serious girth to that trunk. I think I see the power lines, and we are coming up to the footbridge. All right. Tackle that section, no problem. Take a look to the left. Oh, man. So I thought that section was going to be a lot worse. But actually, that wasn't bad at all. A few muddy spots, but nothing you can't handle. Which way do you go? So I was in there, as you saw, wandering around, but really it's over here. So as long as I kept going left, I was fine, but totally did not see this all the way over here. There we go. I thought it was weird when I didn't see any blazes as soon as I entered here. So as soon as you stop to take a rest, it does get a little chilly. I was sitting up underneath those power lines, so there really wasn't much tree cover, and the wind was blowing. And it got pretty cool pretty quick. Oh, so once you stop moving, man, that chill sets in. Just a bunch of pine needle beds everywhere. I want to lie down in them and roll around, get cozy. I had no idea the middle of these trees look like that. Just a black, just a black center. I thought the trees had tree rings in them, but I guess those palms don't. Well, guys, no way of getting around this. We were doing so well. I think we're gonna have to get wet. So I just showed you that water section. I got the stick out because I thought it was gonna be a pretty high water slog, but actually I found a nice little route around it, hopping from a log to another log to a dry patch to a high grassy patch, back on another log. And I worked my way around that muck that I just showed you. So it looks like we come out to some type of road. It said, just saw a sign back there that said it was an equestrian trail. So it looks like we'll be galloping along this for a little bit. Looks like we in the home stretch here. So this was the alternate route, the white route, that I could have taken further back right before Tiger Branch Camp, and would have brought you out right here. And then now we just continue down this way towards the north gate. Made it to the intersection of the youth camp and the Florida Trail. So if you were camping at the youth camp, you'd go right down there. But I'm camping at this location a little bit further north. We are going over, I'm pretty sure we go over this bridge, Angel Bridge. God, look at that scat right on the bridge. Okay, that wasn't too much further. So as you can see, the Florida Trail goes up to the right. There's a creek down there where I think I can go get water. There's also a creek back there that you saw I just passed over on that bridge. But this, the blue marker for Hoot Owl. So it is not accurate in the far out comments. It says the actual icon has it further up like that way, but maybe it's further up and to the right on this trail. Maybe that's where the discrepancy comes in when you're trying to figure out where this campsite is. Oh, nice, wide open. And it's right off the trail too. This is perfect. Oh yeah, we're gonna like it here tonight. Wide open, a lot of space. Ooh, that temp dropping real quick as soon as that sun starts going down. I'm all bundled up, ready for probably one of the coldest nights of the year. It's all over the news. So of course, my first time back out on trail, I'm greeted with a nice Arctic blast. It should be okay though. I think temps are going down to 38 degrees, 39 degrees. So it's not freezing, but it'll be pretty damn cold. I was actually up in Boston for Christmas visiting the family. But yeah, that was like 20 degrees, 15 degrees. So that kind of prepared me for tonight. So this is not as bad as up there, but still pretty chilly. I'm excited to test out my gear for tonight to see how warm it keeps me. Got my alpaca hoodie on. Just got this puffer. And what else? This is nothing special. This is just an Amazon, and my merino wool. I'm interested to see how warm that keeps me. Just eating some food right now. Just a little mashed potatoes with some truffle oil and some salt. Getting fancy now. Still cold soaking. You know, I don't really, I mean, maybe at some point I might try carrying fuel, but I don't know. I could care less right now. It's just sustenance for now. I can enjoy my meals when I'm off trail. So I'm going to sleep with my water bottle tonight, just in case. And also my filter, just in case. I haven't used the filter, though, today, so I think I'll be okay. But still, I'm going to keep that close. Keep it warm so it doesn't freeze and crack. Get the tent set up. I think I'm ready. I'm good to go. Other than that, just going to enjoy the rest of the sunset. Can't see it anymore. It was setting right down there. Oh, I found a water source. It's a little tannic, not bad, but it's flowing. It doesn't smell. I think it's drinkable. It's Touchahatchee Creek. Filled up a bottle, but then I dumped it out because I realized it could freeze tonight. I don't know. I didn't want to deal with that tomorrow morning, so I wanted one bottle empty at least, just in case. Well, Happy New Year. Into the first of the year. Great way to start, freezing my ass off out in the woods. Catch you guys tomorrow.